The Art of War. It's Sunday morning and I'm putting the finishing touches on some of the exhibits. We have a photo gallery. Of course, we have PTSD artwork. I'm just walking through. Right now it's fenced off from the students. These barriers will come down tomorrow. Just walking down the center aisle. This is my new exhibit. I call it War Promotes Technology. And I have some donated items from alumni Bob Honey. His dad's field manuals, actual field manuals on the do's and don'ts of how to fight a war, everything from how to fight a war to common courtesy. We have a bomb detonator from World War II, handheld Vietnam bomb detonator, and then of course a cell phone is today's bomb detonator. So in this exhibit we've covered 3 wars. Can you read this sign? I know I've mentioned this to people and they always wonder about it, the Mars phone. I spoke on the first cell phone before computers were invented, and there's a little display on what it's about. In 1969, Motorola came up with an idea of utilizing the towers left over from World War II, all the shortwave radio towers around the world. And they came up with the idea of bouncing a signal from one tower to another. This was the idea, the prototype of today's cell phones. The students really liked this. And I got to speak on the first prototype of the cell phone. And it took almost 20 to 30 minutes to make the connection around the world. And this signal was bounced around the world. It was called the Mars phone for Military Auxiliary Radio System. And again, it was all civilian based, and it was ham operators that used it as a hobby, and they were utilized during the war. And this signal was bounced around the world until it reached North America and was patched into Marbell's main trunk line. And I got to speak on it. It was pretty cool. It was only for about a minute, and at the end of each sentence I had to say over, and I talked to my mom for about a minute and a half, and that was it. And that's part of the exhibits. The students can't imagine the world without cell phones or computers, but in fact it was. Turning around, just walking down the center aisle once again. I really like this. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. It's Frederick Douglass. Just panning around the showroom. Monday night we have the Senate Committee on Education here. We have the Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs, and we'll be hosting them and a host of elected officials from all over New York State. So please join me Monday night between 5 and 10. Peace out. Walk with Frank.